The Whisper in God's House, St. Patrick's Cathedral, Manhattan, June 14th, 3:57 p.m. 400 guests in pastel and pearls. Sunlight pouring through stained glass, like heaven itself is watching. I'm Dr. Camilla Elena Morales, 36, pediatric neurosurgeon at New York Presbyterian, standing at the altar in a custom Vera Wang mermaid gown that took 9 fittings and 1 silent breakdown. My fiancé, soon-to-be husband in exactly 9 minutes, Dr. Nathan Alexander Pierce, 38, cardiothoracic surgery attending, looks perfect in bespoke Tom Ford. The string quartet finishes passionable. The priest, Father Michael, old family friend, gentle eyes, voice like warm honey, smiles at us. Dearly beloved. Nathan leans in, lips barely moving, just loud enough for me and the first pew to hear. Don't embarrass me today, Camilla. Just smile, say the words, and let's get through this without one of your scenes. Embarrass him. On our wedding day. In front of God, my abuela, and every surgeon in the tri-state area. I feel the words land like a scalpel, slipped between my ribs. I look at him, really look, and the last shred of doubt I've carried for 2 years evaporates. I smile, not the bride's smile, the other one, the one I use right before I open a child's skull and give them their life back. Father Michael continues. Before we proceed, Nathan, may I see your left hand, please? Nathan freezes. He slowly raises his hand. On his ring finger, a second wedding band. Thicker, older, definitely not the one I picked out with him at Tiffany 6 months ago. The cathedral inhales as one. Father Michael's voice stays gentle, but it carries to the last pew. Perhaps you'd like to explain to your bride, and to God, why you're already wearing a wedding ring on the day you're supposed to be exchanging vows for the first time. 400 heads swivel to Nathan. His mother in the front row actually drops her missile. I step forward, veil fluttering like surrender that isn't mine, and I take the microphone, the second bride, and the DNA on the altar screen. The cathedral doors at the back of the nave open with a slow, deliberate creak that echoes like Judgment Day. Every head turns. A woman walks down the aisle. White dress, veil, pregnant, 7 months, maybe 8. Gasps ripple forward like a wave. She's holding the hand of a little boy, maybe 4, in a tiny tuxedo. He's the spitting image of Nathan at that age. Same blonde curls, same dimple. Nathan goes the color of the marble floor. The woman stops 10 feet from the altar. She lifts her veil. Hi, honey, she says, voice sweet as poison. Surprise. The little boy looks up at Nathan and says, loud and clear, Daddy. 400 people inhale, so hard the stained glass windows rattle. I don't move. I just turn to Father Michael. Father, I believe the groom has something to confess before God. Father Michael, legend, doesn't miss a beat. He gestures to the massive projector screen behind the altar, meant for hymn lyrics. Perhaps we should let the evidence speak. The screen lights up. Slide 1. Marriage certificate, Nathan Alexander Pierce and Emily Grace Carter. Clark County, Nevada, 12 months ago. Slide 2. Birth certificate, Noah Alexander Pierce Carter, born 3 months ago. Father listed, Nathan Alexander Pierce. Slide 3. DNA test results, 99.9998% probability. Slide 4. Text messages from Nathan to Emily, timestamp last night. Can't wait to be done with this circus tomorrow. After the wedding we'll file, and I'll be free. The cathedral is so quiet you can hear the candles flicker. Emily, the real wife, smiles at me with something like pity. I'm sorry you had to find out this way, Camilla. He told me you were just a colleague he felt sorry for. Nathan tries to speak. Nothing comes out but a squeak. I take 2 steps toward him. Calm, surgical. Father Michael, I believe the correct response right now is his peak, now or forever hold your peace. Well, peace just spoke. I turn to the congregation. My voice carries without the microphone. Today was supposed to be about vows. Turns out only one person in this church kept theirs. I look at Emily, then at little Noah, then at Nathan. I take off the 6-carat diamond he gave me 6 months ago. I place it gently in Noah's tiny hand. For your college fund, sweetheart. Your mother's going to need it alone now. I turn to the audience. Guests, thank you for coming. The reception is still happening. Open bar. 5-star menu, all paid for. But the groom is no longer invited. I look at Nathan one last time. You told me not to embarrass you today. Consider the favor returned. Then I do the thing that will live in wedding infamy forever. I lift my veil, hand it to Emily, and say, you'll need this more than I will. I walk down the aisle alone. 400 people stand and applaud, slow at first, then thunderous. My abuela in the front row is crying, clapping and yelling "Iso mija" at the top of her lungs. Nathan tries to follow. My brother, 6'4", former Marine, and 3 of my groomsmen, all surgeons who have seen me save lives, form a wall. Security escorts him out the side door. The organist, bless her, starts playing Hit the Road Jack as he's dragged away. The reception that became a coronation. The Plaza Hotel, Grand Ballroom, 7:02 p.m. The reception venue. I booked 18 months ago. Crystal chandeliers, 40-foot ceilings, orchids flown in from Thailand, is now mine alone. 400 guests who just watched a groom get excommunicated in real-time walk in expecting chaos. They get a coronation. I changed in the bridal suite, white silk suit, diamond ear cuffs, hair down in waves. I walk in alone. The orchestra that was supposed to play our first dance song switches to Beyoncé's Run the World Girls. The second I appear, every woman in the room stands and screams. The men follow, because they know what side of history they want to be on. I take the microphone from the band leader. Good evening, family, friends, and everyone who just witnessed the fastest divorce in church divorce in Catholic history. Tonight was paid for by me, every flower, every bottle of 1996 Dom Perignon, every crystal glass you're holding. So we're keeping the party. Only one rule. No one says the name of the man who isn't here. The room roars. I raise my glass to every woman who has ever been told to smile and stay quiet on her own damn wedding day. This champagne is for you. We drink. The dance floor explodes. At 8:17 p.m., the viral video hits 300 million views. #Catholic Exorcism Wedding is trending in 47 countries. At 8:29 p.m., my phone buzzes. Text from the hospital CEO. Nathan Pierce is on indefinite administrative leave effective immediately. The board votes tomorrow. Your department chair position is yours if you want it. I show the text to the room on the massive screens. The applause is so loud the chandeliers shake. At 9:03 p.m., Emily, the real wife, walks in with little Noah. She's in the backup bride dress I had made for my sister in case of emergency. White silk, perfect fit. She finds me at the head table. I left him at the church. Can we join the party? I stand, hug her, kiss Noah's curls. Table 1 is yours. The DJ drops Single Ladies. Every woman in the room, including Nathan's own mother, puts a ring hand up. At 10:11 p.m., the cake is wheeled in. 6 tiers. Gold. Topper. A bride in a white suit kicking a groom figurine off the edge. The room loses its collective mind. I cut the first slice and hand it to Emily. First bite goes to the real Mrs. Pierce. She takes it with tears and laughter. The man who waited 10 years, and the courtroom vows. 1 year later, New York Supreme Court, Part 27, 9:03 a.m. The same courtroom where Nathan's custody battle for Noah is being heard. I'm in a white silk suit, because why save it for a second time? Emily is beside me in soft blue, Noah on her lap in a tiny navy suit. Nathan is across the aisle, looking like he aged 20 years. The judge, Honorable Justice Alina Ramiers, legend, enters. All rise. We rise. The custody hearing begins. Nathan's lawyer tries that stable 2-parent household argument. Justice Ramiers raises one eyebrow. Mr. Pierce, you were married to 2 women simultaneously. Your stable household argument is creative. Laughter ripples through the gallery. Then the doors at the back open. Every head turns. In walks Dr. Mateo Alvarez. Yes, the same pediatric neurosurgeon from the Maui story. Destiny is funny. He's in a charcoal suit, holding a single white rose. He walks straight to me. The entire courtroom watches. He drops to one knee, right there in front of the bench. Camilla Elena Morales, I waited 10 years for you to be free. I'm done waiting. Marry me. Today, right here, in front of God, the law, and the man who will never deserve you. He opens a ring box. Inside, a platinum band with a single diamond shaped like a scalpel blade, custom made. I don't even pretend to think. Yes, Justice Ramirez actually smiles. Court will take a 15-minute recess to officiate a wedding. The bailiff brings the marriage license I had ready in my purse. Because I'm a surgeon, we plan for everything. Nathan's lawyer objects are overruled with one raised judicial eyebrow. Emily stands as my maid of honor. Noah is ring bearer again. The entire gallery, reporters, clerks, even the court stenographer becomes our wedding guests. We say vows in front of the New York State seal. Mateo, I promise to be the man who will carry every burden with you, never call you one. Me, I promise to be the woman who never lets anyone make you feel small ever again. Justice Ramirez pronounces us married. The gavel bangs like a starting gun. The courtroom erupts in applause. Nathan is escorted out in tears streaming, while the new Mr. and Dr. Alvarez kiss in front of the judge, who just gave me everything he lost. The photo goes more viral than the original wedding video. Courtroom vows trends for 11 days straight. The honeymoon that healed, and the day he knelt in the rain. 3 weeks after the courtroom vows, Amalfi Coast, Italy. We're on the terrace of a 14th century monastery, turned private villa. The sea so blue it hurts to look at. Mateo is shirtless, cooking pasta with his hands because the chef had the night off. I'm in one of his white shirts, legs over the balcony rail, watching the sunset paint the sky the same colors as the day I said, I do the second time. Isla, now 18 months, is asleep inside with the nanny we finally hired. Mateo brings me a plate, kisses the scar on my lower abdomen, the one from the C-section that saved both our lives. Captain taste. I take a bite. It's perfect. He kneels again, this time just to say, thank you for letting me love the version of you the world tried to break. I cry into my pasta, because healing isn't linear. It's pasta on a terrace with the right man, while your daughter sleeps safely inside. 7 years after the courtroom wedding, New York Presbyterian, Pediatric Neurosurgery Ward. The Morales Alvarez Pediatric Courage Wing opens today. Every child who ever had brain or heart surgery under our care is here. Hundreds of them. Some in wheelchairs, some running, all wearing paper crowns. The ribbon is cut by Isla, now 8, and Noah, now 9, holding hands like siblings. Nathan is in the back row. Court-ordered attendance at every milestone until the children are 18. He's clean now, sober, working as a janitor at a community clinic to pay what you can. He hasn't missed a single event. After the ceremony, while everyone is taking photos, he approaches me. For the first time in 7 years, he speaks. Camilla, I wait. He drops to his knees in the hospital courtyard, rain starting to fall. Not for custody, not for money, just to say, I was wrong. About everything. Every day I wake up grateful you and the kids are safe. And I will spend the rest of my life making amends, in whatever small way I still can. He pulls out a single white rose, the same kind he brought to the night Isla was born. I take it. Not forgiveness. Acknowledgement. I nod once. He cries in the rain. I walk away. Mateo is waiting under an umbrella with Isla and Noah. We watch Nathan stand alone as the rain washes the courtyard clean. Isla asks, Mommy, why's that man sad? I kneel to her level, because he learned too late what love really means. She thinks about it, then hands Nathan's rose back to him through the gate. For your heart, she says. He takes it with shaking hands. We walk away. The children never look back. 25 years after the wedding that never was. New York Presbyterian, rooftop helipad, June 14th, 5:11 a.m. The city is still asleep below us. I'm 61, silver hair loose in the wind, wearing the same white coat, I had on the day I walked away from the altar. Mateo is beside me, 63, still handsome enough to stop hearts, literally and figuratively. Isla, now 25, chief of pediatric neurosurgery at Mass General, and Noah, 26, cardiothoracic fellow at Cleveland Clinic, stand with us. We're here for the sunrise naming ceremony of the new wing. The entire rooftop is covered in white roses. A massive ribbon stretches across the helipad doors. On it in gold, the CAMILA ELINA, and Marteliasalvrz Eternal Care Wing. For every child who was ever told they were too much, and every mother who refused to be too little. The mayor, the governor, 3 former first ladies, and 500 former patients, now doctors, lawyers, parents' miracles wait in silence. Isla steps to the microphone first. She's wearing my original wedding veil as a cape, because symbols matter. 25 years ago, my mother was told to be quiet on what was supposed to be her wedding day. Today, we open the largest pediatric surgical wing in North America, funded by every paycheck my mother ever earned, every life she ever saved, and every tear she refused to let fall in front of the wrong man. She turns to me. Noah hands me the scissors. I cut the ribbon. The doors open. Inside, every operating room named after a child we saved. Room 1, Isla's room. Room 2, Noah's room. Room 3, for every child who will never know what it feels like to be called a burden. The crowd erupts. Then the unexpected happens. A man walks slowly from the back, leaning on a cane. Nathan, now 70, frail, wearing the same gray suit from the courtroom 25 years ago. He stops 10 feet away. Security tenses. I raise one hand. They stand down. He speaks, voice cracking with age and regret. I was required to come to every milestone until the children were 18. I kept coming long after because I needed to see what love looks like when it's done right. He pulls a letter from his coat, yellowed, folded 1,000 times. He hands it to Isla and Noah. They read it together. Their eyes fill. Isla walks to him, kisses his cheek, whispers something we can't hear. Noah hugs him, brief but real. Nathan turns to me. One tear. Then he bows, deep, broken, complete. I nod once. He turns and walks away into the sunrise. The letter is read aloud later at the reception. His handwriting, shaky but clear, to the woman I tried to silence. I lived long enough to watch you become the loudest love story medicine has ever known. I die grateful for the privilege of witnessing it. Forgive me not for my sake, but for the peace you've already earned. Nathan. He dies 3 weeks later, quietly in his sleep. The funeral is small. Isla and Noah attend. I send white roses. No card. The sunrise that morning over Manhattan is the most beautiful the city has ever seen. And on the new wing's dedication plaque, beneath our names, one final line is added. Some weddings end at the altar. Others begin there. This one saved the world. This is Dr. Camilla Elena Morales-Alvarez, signing off from the sunrise that started everything. Thank you for believing women when they speak. Now go be the miracle someone is waiting for. See you in the next life, loves.